Hey, what's up, guys? We're over in Kent today at a property on North Willow. So we are roughly a half mile from Kent State University campus. Property we took down is a subject to property. This is they owed $120 on the mortgage for this one. Their payment is crazy. I think their rate's at something like 8% on this. And the payment is just a buck under $1,200 a month, tax, insurance, principal, and interest. So $1,200 a month, owed $120. As it sat, it was probably worth maybe $140. So doesn't necessarily hit our numbers of trying to get to 40%. So I wasn't interested in it in a cash basis because they had to get $120. There was no other option. And they actually ended up having a lien on the property for another 10 grand. So they actually owed about $130 on this thing. So what I told them was I would take it over subject to, meaning I would take over all their payments. They were going to pay their own closing costs. They brought the money for their lien. I told them I wouldn't pay the lien. So I came to closing with about $800 on this deal. Took over their note, $1,200 a month, and principal still owed of $120. So $800 out of my pocket. It needed some work. So I'm gonna have about 12 or 14,000 into this thing. So I'll be all in for 13,000 of actual cash, or 134,000 total owed, or total into the property. What they did is this basement leaked, so we painted this whole thing, cleaned it all up. This looks really good actually down here. And then all the plumbing leaked. The outside is gonna be painted next week. All the exterior is gonna be freshly painted. New shutters, windows will look brand new. They had to cut open a bunch of walls to replace the stack. So that was actually a big hole was right here. They replaced this. All this was a giant mess. They got this all painted up. There was a hole here in the ceiling where all the plumbing needed fixed. They replaced all that. We got new vinyl flooring that went in. So we didn't go crazy on the rehab. I mean, we just really put it back together and kind of freshened it up a little bit. The floors were all here, wood floors. We changed out a light. I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, that's like a $20 light. It needs windows. So our plan for this thing is we're gonna rent it out. And it'll rent for about $1,500 to $1,600 a month. And we're gonna be looking for a professor here in Kent State. They do not allow more than 2 unrelated parties to live in one residence. So the neighbors day one came over and said, hey, you're not gonna make this a college rental. And I said, well, understood. So we're gonna rent this out for just about $1,600 a month. Currently our payment is $1,200. And then where the magic's gonna happen on this thing is we're gonna take it to our commercial lender at month 6. And we're going to refinance with the upside. So this property is going to be worth about $190 as soon as they have the outside painted. So we can put it on the market and we can sell this thing for $190, or we could rent it out. We'll refinance down on a commercial line or a commercial loan. We'll term it out at 30 years, and our payment will probably be right around about $700. I would imagine, probably maybe $750. So that's gonna free cash flow about $800 a month, which for us is great. We'll do that. We'll take the extra cash out of it and we'll put that into another deal, and then we'll forget about this house for a while. We'll turn it over to management and we'll net, $700-800 a month, and we'll keep rolling. I mean, our other option on it is we can either sell it or we can go to the bank tomorrow and take a note out they'll do 75% of our purchase price. So we'd have to come to closing with some money at this point because we're under 6 months. So I'm gonna wait the 6-month period. I'll suck up that payment for 6 months. The renter will be eating it for 4 of it. So for 4 months, we'll get that $1,600, whatever it is. We'll make, a couple $100 cash flow, but it'll pay down that note to month 6. And then we'll cash out refinance on a commercial line. And our commercial line rates today, in 2021 September, have been running anywhere from 3.7 up to 4.25. We did just do an apartment building with a 2 on it, so I think it was like 2.93, which is amazing. So that's our plan on this. This is a subject to property. Would never work cash, but in this essence, it definitely works on a subject to.